In this video, we're going to be talking about men's shoes, boots, Oxfords, and loafers, good brands to sell on eBay, how many are on the market, how much have sold in the last 60 days, and kind of what time frame you could expect these type of shoes to sell for you if you decide to pick them up and put them for sale on eBay. Made in Italy or Europe. A lot of European made boots and loafers and Oxfords are usually worth looking up. Over time, you'll start to memorize which ones are worth good money and which ones are not. You guys are going to get about 15 pairs of men's boots, loafers, and Oxfords, good brands to look out for, selling usually for over $50 up to $200. So these Paul Smiths, right? When you look up Paul Smith boots on eBay, you're going to see right now there's about 60 of them available for sale on the market. These have not sold yet, which is the first thing you're going to look at. Then when you hit your filter and you go to sold listings, you're going to see that there has been 30 sold, which automatically indicates you'll have to remember that the sold listings on eBay shows you 60 days of sold listings. So that means that there's about 15 pairs of these selling every month. I'll show you guys here on the screen. I decided to pick this pair up for $10. It was a great buy for me. I'm looking forward to the sale on these. So with there being 60 on the market and 36 sold, these will take probably 2 to 4 months to sell because there's not a lot of demand for them, but the prices hold up. So for $10, it's still worth it to pick it up and sell it. Now these next couple of items I'm going to share with you are examples of shoes. Some of them have really good sell-through rates. Some of them have just the perfect sell-through rate. And so I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. It is Monday. This is stuff on the table. You know, I'm just working. I didn't try to clean up or nothing, but I have been pulling stuff that I have to pack and ship later. So you guys could kind of ignore that. But actually, this pair of shoes is on the list, so we'll get to this. These did sell and they're going out today. These are Kohan Oxfords. But let's start from the top. So the first item is Chippewa boots. I've actually had the pleasure of selling a pair of these myself. If you look up Chippewa boots on eBay, and you guys should be able to see the photo there, there's 779 available active listings, meaning they're still for sale, and then there's 1,166 sold listings, which is in 60 days. Now that is an example of a really good sell-through rate because there are more sold in the last 2 months than there are actually available for sale right now. So usually if your buy price is if you're gonna have a good enough profit margin on something with a sell-through rate like this, having more sold than available in the last 60 days, you will want to pick that item up and you should expect it to sell within a month or two. Just do not price it too high because no matter how good a sell-through rate is, if you're not pricing the item right, it'll still take a long time to sell. And then if you price it really good, it'll probably sell within a week. So let's move on to the next item, which is Polo Ralph Lauren Ranger boots. I've also sold a pair of these. It actually sold in 1 day. I listed them on eBay and OfferUp, and it sold in 1 day on OfferUp, which was OfferUp shipping. So Polo Ralph Lauren Ranger boots, there's 142 active listings available for sale on eBay right now with 168 sold listings. This is an example of a good sell-through rate, more sold than available. So you should price it right and expect it to sell within 60 days, 2 months. So that's how the sell-through ratio works. And we're going to continue to go through some more examples here. So the next one is the Cole Haan Zero Grands. I'm always out on the lookout for these. This one wasn't that nice of a pair. It's a black one. Usually the lighter color ones could get you a little bit more money, but these are selling really good. Okay, so There's 531 active on the market, Cole Haan 0 grand, and there's 948 sold. So that's almost twice as many have sold in 2 months than what's available to be purchased right now. So if you list these at the right price, you should expect them to sell within 4 weeks or within 30 days. Okay, and then the next item, I've showed you guys plenty of these in my what sold videos, red wing boots. Okay, this is the perfect sell-through rate because there's thousands of these shoes on the market for sale right now, but still have such a great demand that there are thousands that have sold in the last 60 days. So 4,759 red wing boots, men's boots, for sale on eBay right now. But in 60 days, we have 7,256 sold. So I would say on average, this type of item priced right at the middle of the market, not on the high end, not on the low end, should sell within 60 weeks, okay? And then the next one is not even a brand. I've sold some Red Wing Logger boots before, but I decided, let me check the sell-through rate just on Logger boots. They're just that style of boots in any brand, okay? And these type of boots have 571 active listings with 739 sold listings. So we have a good amount of sold listings compared to the active listings. So this is another one that looks like it will sell for sure within about 6 weeks. Now you cannot predict it exactly. It could sell in a day or in a couple of hours if the timing is right, where you just listed it and that perfect buyer was already looking for the shoes. They're not gonna wait. They're gonna go ahead and buy them immediately. So it's just showing you about how many people are coming onto eBay within a 2-month period to buy a pair of shoes like Logger boots. Now the next item, I have sold a pair of these as well, Mark Nason boots, and it also usually says Mark Nason Rock Never Dies. Okay, so these have 367 active listings and 346 sold listings. So the supply and demand is like equal, which means if you price these right at the average market price, they will sell within 2 months. If you wanted to sell a little bit faster, maybe 5-10% off. And if you have a really nice pair, go ahead and put the price up a little bit more. So you also want to compare like how nice is your item compared to the average one that you're seeing in the sold listings. Notice sometimes something might stand out and had sold for more money than the other ones do on average. This is when you would look at the style of that item and see like, is mine as nice as that one, or is it more like the average pair? Okay, so the next item I'm going to share with you guys, I've sold a pair of these too. They sold on OfferUp, I believe. I was asking $175 or best offer. They were also listed on eBay. They didn't sell fast for me because look at my price, $175. But I did get $160 for them like the week before Christmas off of OfferUp. The buyer came in person and picked them up and paid me $160 in cash. Now when we look at this brand on eBay, there's 105 active listings and 93 sold listings. So it's just about even, and the prices are holding at good dollar amounts. The next item, I actually haven't sold a pair of these myself. I have picked them up as a women's shoe, but unfortunately they don't sell as good for women's shoes. But for men's shoes, boots, loafers, and Oxfords, just in general, Salvatore Ferragamo men's shoes, you have 1,819 on the market with 1,556 sold. It's not exactly, the demand is not exactly meeting the supply, but the sellers are not dropping their prices, so the prices are holding And I still feel like that's a decent sell-through rate where I would expect to get a sale within 2 to 3 months, or if I just price it a little bit better, probably within a month. Now, this next pair right here, this next brand that I'm going to share with you guys, you could find many different styles in this. You could get sneakers, you could get loafers, you could get Oxfords, and you could get boots. And you guys should know what a loafer is versus an Oxford, versus an ankle boot, a logger boot, ranger boots, combat boots. You guys want to know what these different styles are so that when you're searching for the items, you'll be looking at accurate, comparable active listings to what you're thinking about purchasing. You want to make sure that you're not looking at a different style, because though that sell-through rate, those numbers won't apply to what you have if you don't have the correct comparable item from the keywords you're using. So the style is important. Loafers, Oxfords, boots. There's also chukka boots on top of that. So do some research and learn those. Me myself, I didn't research it all at once to try to make sure I learned it. I learned it over time, just by being out there and constantly going through inventory and looking them up. But videos like this really also help you to kind of know what to go for. You can't always search for everything. Time is of the essence, and we all have limited time. So let's move on now. Oh, actually, okay, so with the John Varvatos, okay, so the boots sell the best when it comes to John Varvatos. There's 655 active listings for boots with 605 sold listings, okay? Oxfords and loafers for John Varvatos are not selling as good, but they're still worth picking up for the right price. So Oxfords, you have 365 active listings with 128 sold listings. Not the best, excuse me, not the best sell-through rate, but it still could be a profitable sale. Loafers, John Varvatos loafers, 246 active listings with 108 sold listings. Again, not the best sell-through rate, but still could be profitable. The inventory is still moving. When you have yourself a good amount of items in your store, you're gonna have stuff selling daily no matter what. So don't get caught up on the stuff that you have that's not selling. Just go find more stuff and make sure you're picking up items with a good sell-through rate. I would pick up items that don't have a good sell-through rate if the investment is cheap enough. Like if it's the profit margin is worth it to wait 4 to 6 months. I got plenty of stuff, like I'm not worried about it, just list it and forget it. Okay, now we're gonna move to Thorogood boots. Thorogood boots are selling good. It has a good sell-through rate. So here we see 541 active listings on the market with 703 sold completed listings within the last 60 days. This next brand I have not found before myself, but I did find out about it today while I was researching for this video. It's called Viberg, and I might be saying it wrong, but it's Viberg, and they're boots. We have 68 active listings with 150 sold listings. So more than double of what's available has sold in the last 60 days. So this is an item that you should usually expect to sell within a week or 2 weeks if you price it right compared to the market. This next brand, I'm also not sure if I'm saying it right, and I haven't personally sold one myself, but I just found out about this. And that's one thing that I'm starting to do, is researching sold listings so that I could move faster when I'm out sourcing. I'm still going to be looking up stuff on my phone, but everything that I don't have to look up makes me that much faster, because I know just by looking at it that it's not worth money or that it is worth money. So these have to be called either Lucchese. I'm pretty sure it's not Lucchese, but Lucchese, men's boots. there's 1,879 active listings available for sale right now. In the last 60 days, we have 2,554 pairs of this brand of boots sold on eBay. Now, this next brand is called Redback, Redback. There's 30 available on the market on eBay, active listings, with 124 sold listings right now. So this is another example of something where you price it right, you can expect it to sell at any given moment. For sure, probably within a week or two, but sometimes something like this could sell within minutes. So there is 30 active on the market with 124 sold in the last 60 days. So that's 30, 60, 90. That's over 4 times the active inventory has sold within 60 days, which is an example of an incredible sell-through rate as far as I'm concerned. And then this next item is Rancourt, also another one that I haven't personally sold but found out about from searching the sold listings, researching sold listings. So this brand has 18 active listings with 29 sold listings. Not as good as the last one, Redback, but that's still a good amount of sold listings compared to the active listings. So with lower numbers like this, you can't get as good of an average like something with Red Wings, where there's thousands on the market, but even still thousands more than that sold. That's a really good average. You could really count on something like that. But the lower the amount of active listings to sold listings are, that means the item's probably not selling every day. So it's a little bit hard to know if it'll sell within a week or 2 weeks or a month. But you can still count on it selling and not sitting in your inventory for several months. Okay, that was all of the really good ones that I felt like mentioning with the sell-through rate. And just at the end, I want to say, don't sleep on some of the more common boots and men's brands like Timberlands, Harley Davidsons. And then I just wanted to share 2 rare pairs of shoes that I have personally sold. One is Nike dress codes. They're a pair of Cortezes that I was able to find at the Goodwill and pick up for $10, and they sold for $350 to a buyer in Paris, France. If you search for these online right now, you're going to see that there are 0 available on the market and 2 sold listings. One is mine and one is another one that's a different model that's not worth as much as the one that I had. And then the other item is a Miri stack. Okay, this is also doesn't have a lot of supply on the market, but I was able to pick up a pair of Miri stack boots. The brand is Amiri and the model is Stack. Okay, I was able to pick up a pair of these for $15 at the Goodwill, and I sold them a while back for, excuse me guys, 200 and I believe 287. So just a couple of more things to be on the lookout for. Thank you guys for watching my channel. There's going to be more content coming your way, more GoPro footage, more what sold videos, and more videos like this where we're just doing some market research to prepare ourselves for when we are out sourcing inventory. We'll be able to find inventory faster by already knowing about it and not having to stop and look it up, especially the stuff that's not worth money. You know, that kind of stuff, looking up stuff that's not worth money constantly will slow you down in the beginning, but just remember those things so that you don't have to search for them again in the future. If you guys like this type of content, please hit the like button for me. It really helps the YouTube algorithm push the video. It's an indication that you learned something from this video and maybe other people could too. And consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, there will be more great content, and I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you learned something from these videos. I got to get back to work, so I will see you guys very soon. Ciao.